Athelia and Hoskiah, A Morality Tale, Part 11. The End. Athelia's death. God is the God of souls, not with earthly things. Everything done here is to help sculpt the soul. SOF 780. Then Hoskiah, his heart filled with remorse, sped to Athelia, and as he came unto her, she died. SOF 781. And Hoskiah wept over her, and his heart was filled with grief. And he looked upon the body of Athelia, and said, I have slain the life within my own heart. I have slain the one who cherished me in my blindness, the one who loved beyond the bounds of love. SOF 782. In his anguish the eye of his soul was opened, and saw the soul of Athelia standing nearby, and Hoskiah was dazzled by the vision of her beauty, for she was radiant as the sun. He stretched out his hands toward her, but could not touch her, for she was beyond the reach of earthly things. And she shook her head at him, and raising her hand, departed to the antechamber of eternity. SOF 783. Hoskiah raised himself up and strode out from the chamber, but he returned not again to the place of feasting. He sorrowed many days. For those who must believe this is all there is, this will not give comfort. For those that want assurance there is more and you only need to follow one path to get a reward, much like a rat in a maze looking for the cheese, you should understand there are no guarantees. The best I can do for myself is to try and learn. Always watch for times when I am most frustrated and ask, is this a need I'm after or a want? God has always given me what I needed at the times He felt I was ready for it. A want is an earthly desire, and while it's hard sometimes, you must say no to wants, because the cost may be too high, but that is only good for me. We all must decide for ourselves what the right path is. Religious texts, self-help books can only tell you what others did. You must interpret if they have meaning in your life. No magic words and no guarantees. Those are earthly things, and God is not the God of the body, but the soul. Good luck. SOF 784. Now, while Hoskiah still sorrowed, word came to him that a company of men was coming against him, and he sent out his servants with laden asses, and went forth himself, and with his true men. He prepared a place on the heights above the road to meet those who came to take him, and Hoskiah met them with arrows, and with stones, and left them with their dead. SOF 785. And Hoskiah and those with him passed out into the wilderness, and lived there many days. And it came to pass that word came to him of Lachish, and he arose and went into the land of the sons of fire, passing into Tyre as a merchant from Kittim. SOF 786. So it came about that Hoskiah came with sons of the children of light on ships of Arad, by way of Hanimbo and Mesalanas, where there are many temples. The ships made one harvest towards the land of trees, where the great river flows to the west, and his sons he left in Tyre, that they might receive instruction in the household of Lachish. SOF 787. Hoskiah governed many years in the land of mists, and made laws, and died in his old age. And he was buried by the river, where the ground rises beneath stones, and soil carried in many baskets. A fence was made, and trees which still grow set about the place. As for Hoskiah, one could argue that in the end Athelia's actions did change him, because at the end he did decide to leave his child with parents who already succeeded in raising one child, who understood real wisdom, the parents of Lachish. Maybe that was why Lachish added after Hoskiah had a boy, that for 6 months Hoskiah must learn from Lachish. Perhaps he knew Athelia had worth. If Hoskiah had a girl, Hoskiah did not leave, and Athelia would do the nurturing. However, a boy being born meant Hoskiah would be the one to guide a child. He left it up to God, but added, if it was a boy, then Hoskiah must spend 6 months, so Lachish could hopefully instill some wisdom. Of course, others might see this in many other ways. It's only a what-if scenario, but it is a unique thought, and I think it at the very least offers a positive message in an otherwise sad story.